Hey there, Ukraine has experienced one of the worst missile strikes that ever happened from the start of the war. You can check out my video from earlier today. I'm going to link it here. But let's start our map journey today. Importantly, last time we did a map update, I talked to you about this northern part here. And I said that some of my sources have said that actually Russians have withdrawn from this part of the Ukraine. However, as the channel reporting from Ukraine dutifully noted, there is actually quite a difficult tactical position, and I would recommend you check out his channel because he is very much looking into the how tactical positions play out. And whenever we're discussing how to take certain piece of land, he's definitely the better ones. For me, I don't see that much of a interest in it because this is like taking or not taking this part of the land is not going to change the outcome of the war in the near future. And if Ukraine takes it, it's not going to be like this is not Liman. Like taking this part of land will not really significantly shift the balance of power, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, we know that Russians are still here. There's a difficult tactical position, so you should watch reporting from Ukraine. He is definitely good. One of the interesting things, a little bit of a joke on this grim day, is I saw reports and someone said that the villages of Berestove and Pishane has been liberated. And I was happily, okay, so that means that Ukrainians have advanced here. And then I looked just a little bit up and there is another Pishane here. And now I don't know which of the Pishane has been liberated. So it's either this or this one. You choose whichever you like more, but one of the Pishanes has been liberated. We also know that Ukrainians, deep state map has shown it here greatly. They've been able to essentially cut the road here. So some of the support that goes to the support line towards Kiselivka, Tabaivka line that was set up for defense are now being cut. And Ukrainians are doing a good job to slowly and surely advance forward. Moreover, we know that all Ukrainians have also advanced here alongside the road, and there has been report that they are already reaching, some of the forward groups are reaching Krasnorechinsky right here. But we need to understand that right now Ukraine has been consolidating these positions. Moreover, I have reports from the people that were actually participating in the Kharkiv offensive that they went on rotation right now, right? I have people that are actually at home right now. So that means that new forces have came in to this region, and that doesn't really tell me if those are attacking forces or those were just like a round of forces that they will defend the area. So some kind of movement of forces happened because I don't know the plans of Ukraine, or even if I would know, I would not give them away. But we know definitely that Ukrainian are looking to cut the road here, and this is obviously a great way to then advance and cut off towards Svatove and towards Crimean. Whatever my primitive layman tactical advice or operational tactical advice will be. But nothing majorly changes around the Lysychansk area. Ukrainians, we know that they're not the ones to advance directly into the city, and they are not doing it. So mostly here we just hold the line. Now around Bakhmut area, the villages of Veselo Dolina and Zaitseve have been captured by the Russians, and now it's been confirmed by the Ukrainian side. They've withdrawn. This is, I'll remind you, one of the, like pretty much the only direction where Russia is still trying to advance. And the joke of this direction is that Bakhmut and taking of Bakhmut, while going to be problematic for Ukrainians if it's going to get captured, I'll remind you that they've been taking Zaitseve, the village near Bakhmut, for over 3 weeks. Bakhmut itself is not yet even properly sieged. But even if the Bakhmut falls, it's now doesn't really provide that much. Because before the plan was we take Bakhmut, we go siege Kramatorsk-Sloviansk from this side, and then from Izium they advance from north, and now they're encircled, and then we take everything, we win. That was the plan of Russians. Now there is no plan. Like taking of Bakhmut is just, taking of Bakhmut. It doesn't really give that big of a strategic advantage as they want. Avdiivka, positional warfare, everything that I said last time is the same. If you want to know what I said, go and watch that video. It's very good. Around the south, the same thing. Right now, Ukraine is playing staring game. We still, there are still discussion about whether or not Ukraine will attack towards Zaporizhia direction. Again, I'll remind you about this magic triangle. Now this triangle also is a little bit more important because some of the supplies are actually going now along this road towards this south side because the Crimean bridge got partially blown up. So now there's more pressure around this area, even right now. Next, around Kherson, the lines have stabilized. Again, we should not expect fast advances like we've seen here. What we saw here was a work of many, many weeks where they were attritioning the Russian forces, undermining their positions, and preparing the attack. There's a lot of forces of Russians here. There's a huge concentration of forces. They have also ammo. Despite they're getting only quarter of what they need to fight every day, they are still having the ammo to fight. So all in all, right now, we're in a sort of a pause where the sides are gathering strength. Ukraine is obviously doing some kind of rotation, but obviously the most important part since we spoke last was the attack on the Crimean bridge, the Kerch bridge. So the Kerch bridge got damaged partially. We know the automobile track is opened on one side. It slowed down the transition speed significantly, but it's there. And secondly, the train line, while Russians say it's operational, to be honest, it has not been confirmed. Like, there are plenty of people watching this, and most of them are saying that no, they're still trying to repair the tracks from the fire. So it might take some weeks for them to do so, which is great because that will give Ukraine the time it needs to regroup and gather strengths. We need to understand that there is a lot of supplies in Crimea. And when we say that the Crimean bridge is very, very important, it is important to hit it and then hit it again and then hit it again and then hit it again so it never comes back. So if it's just a damage and then they're going to fix it in a week or two, believe me, there is going to be enough supplies in Crimea to supply the weapons for more than a week or two. Because remember when we saw some kind of weapons storages around Izium? Well, there is more of it in Crimea, because Crimea is a permanent residency base for the Russian military. There is a lot of weapons there, and Ukraine hasn't been even shooting that direction that often. Yes, some drone strikes were there, fair enough, but not nearly enough. And then lastly, we have a lot of discussion, which I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, about the potential for Belarus attacking. And around this area here, there is the cities. There has been noted and video appeared of Russians sending in weapons, ammunition, and also personnel from mobilized troops. We also know that some of the Belarusian tanks and so on are also being supplied to about the same direction. So around the southern border, something might be gathering. Now, here is the possibilities. There are three potential targets to go after. One is attacking Kyiv again, which would be probably the stupidest one, because Kyiv has been fortified, refortified, and it's a very, very bad idea. And I already told you, if Russia doesn't have 3 million people, they have nothing to do here. The other option is go essentially towards Lviv with the idea that they will cut the border. But again, that direction has been also fortified. There it is. So the situation right now is more or less stable. Sides are gathering strengths. Belarus might attack, but they're still preparing, so it might take a couple of weeks. And to round it off, I want to obviously say thanks to all of the Patreon supporters of this channel and just people that watch, like, subscribe, and share this video. It really helps the channel grow a lot. I am so thankful to you all for doing this. See you guys next time.